Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the February 10th special meeting of the Berlin Board of Education. We are calling the meeting to order at 6:03 p.m. Tonight's agenda, we have one agenda item regarding spectators attending winter sporting events. I just want to thank everyone who put time and effort in preparation for this evening's meeting, reviewing the materials sent out by the superintendent and the athletic director, thoughtful discussion, and hearing the concerns of the community. So this was brought to our attention prior to Monday's meeting. Monday, we could not come up with a decision if we wanted to go against the state guidelines of one parent per student athlete, going against that to two parents. And we thought it was best at the Board of Education meeting to table it, have a special meeting this evening after the Board of Education had the opportunity to review the materials, because it was presented to us at the meeting that night. So the Board of Education, I've prepared a statement on behalf of the Board of Education. I'm gonna read it. And then if there are any questions from anyone in attendance here on the Zoom, I will honor those questions or comments. And then if people in the community have follow-up concerns, they can email us. Tonight's Board of Education meeting was scheduled to address the Berlin Public Schools athletics and parent attendance at games during COVID. The state of Connecticut has put forth regulations for the game attendance through the governor's executive orders, the Department of Economic Community Development, and it's outlined in the CIAC's capacity for winter sports events guideline. The CIAC's 2020-2021 winter sports plan states, limit attendance to only the necessary number of adults to hold practices and competitions, including no more than one parent guardian per youth athlete and no more than 50% capacity. On November 24th, 2020, Governor Lamont issued Executive Order 9N, granting additional enforcement authority regarding violations of size and capacity restrictions. Executive Order 9N states, an owner or a person having possession of or exercising dominion and control over a non-residential property who violates the size or capacity limitations set forth in the DECD sector rules and the DECD gathering capacity limits or other rules issued by the Commissioner of Economic and Community Development, the DECD rules as amended from time to time shall be subject to a civil penalty in the amount of $10,000 per violation. Based on the request from community members, our intent was to consider having two parents attend and no visitors or spectators from the opposing team at each home event, thus meaning the requirement of two spectators and less than 50% capacity. Unfortunately, we have been advised that this is not acceptable because the language within the Executive Order 9N specifies that only one parent may attend per athlete. At this time, based on the language and the criteria, our legal counsel recommended against allowing us to not move forward with our proposed plan. Please know that the Board of Education recognizes the importance of athletics and is committed to our athletics programs, student athletes, and the greater Berlin community. We want you to know that we will continue to hear your concerns and advocate the best we can. Please note, all games are live streamed and available on the Berlin Public Schools YouTube page. So right now, I'm just going to see if there's any comments or clarifying questions from any of the administrators here or board members. Just use a raise hand feature so I can make sure I'm calling on people in an appropriate order. The athletic director, Dave, you can go ahead and state what you're going to say.
Thank you, Julia. Dave Francolangi, athletic director for the town of Berlin. I just wanted to mention to all the parents and people that are watching, community members, that towards the end of February, the CIAC is reconvening. We are going to be meeting as a large governing body to talk about potential changes moving forward in March. So This law that has been enacted by the DPH and the governor basically has been issued from our standpoint from the CISC to the end of February, with hopes that in March they will be opening up for more spectators in gymnasiums across the state.
Thank you for that. At this time, if anyone from the community would like to email the Board of Education, we're not going to address questions or concerns, but the email that goes to all board members and the superintendent is boe@berlinschools.org. We will do our best to get back to you in a timely fashion and address any questions or concerns. Are there any other people in attendance on the meeting this evening that would like to share anything? Superintendent Benigni?
I just want to thank the board for the clarity and for looking into this and sharing their comments as we move forward. So thank you.
Thank you. I just want the community to know that we as a Board of Education spend a significant amount of time from Monday through today reading through materials, gathering evidence, having a certain conversation, whether it was with the legal counsel or CIAC or with other people throughout the community. We really are doing our best to advocate for all students and to address the concerns of the community. But right now during COVID, our primary concern is to keep everyone safe, and we do want the student athletes to be able to continue with the season. It's certainly been a challenging time for all, especially the students, and we just really want to recognize that. And we hope that the community will continue bringing forth their concerns to the Board of Education, because that's what we're here to do, is to address those. But if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to the email that was posted. All right, with nothing else, there's one more agenda item.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
So the motion made by Mark and the second by Stephen Weber. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Nay.
All right, the vote carries 9-0. Thank you everyone for attending and taking time out of your busy evening to be here. Have a great night.